Okay, so we're doing another board game day, and we're playing Dungeon Pets, as you can see, as I'm aiming the camera at it. And it's a Vladic game from CGE and Z-Man Games. It's a little bit. It's not a direct add-on from Dungeon Lords, but it's a same world, same sort of type of game, worker placement. And we are playing a 4-player game, and with me I have Dave.
Hello.
Little D. Carla. And moi. I can't be bothered to turn the camera around. Right, so the basis of the game is obviously like a worker placement game. You're growing and raising pets and buying them from the market to sell to the dungeon lords, which are these guys down over here. You can also enter them in tournaments, which are these ones up here. And we have little imps and gold to do all the work for us. Gold, obviously, to buy the products we need. And by the way, you bid secretly behind this little cover, which is cleverly looks like a T-shirt. You bid over there, so you can see how I've bid it over there, and then you place them down in turn order based on how many imps you've added. So you can see over there, you get the pets. These are what the pets look like. We've got some herbivores and carnivores and magic ones. And there's a crap stack stuff going on this board. I'm not going to explain all the different actions because even I don't know what they do. But there you go. So that's basically the game. Buy pets, raise them, enter the tournaments, sell them, make money. It's a points-based game, obviously. So I'll come back in a little while and we'll show you how the game's going, and maybe do a turn as well, so you can get the gist of the game. Oh, look at the little background over there. Looks quite cool. Okay, so here we go. Right, so we are a few turns in. We're on turn 3 at the moment, and the scores are as follows. Dave's in the lead with 8, and then these two are equal on 5, and I'm lounging in the back, just holding up the rear on 0. So far we've just had a few turns, bought a few creatures. I've got this crazy little penguin looking thing. Carla's got a little slug and a funny looking cat thing. Lady's got 2 as well. Dave's got 1. We had a lot of poop in his cage the turn before, and you can see those little cubes there representing he's unhappy.
He's suffering, and it wasn't through poop, it was because I didn't feed him.
So we'll do a quick turn. We've basically chosen all our, we've added, refilled the board, chosen our actions for the turn. As you can see, there's my actions. Use imps and gold to allocate your actions. So has everyone chosen their actions?
Yes.
D?
Yeah.
Are you going to give us a quick description of how you're going to win this game, just like in the last game?
I'm going to win by placing stuff down and selling it for money.
And then mess it up.
And then fucking.
Reveal your imps. I'm the first player this turn, as represented by this funky smiley face. So has anyone got anything higher than a 3?
Yes.
D's got a 4.
I've got 2 3s and a 1.
I've got 3 3s.
I've got 2 3s and 2 1s.
So starting with your 4, where do you want to go?
I can't remember.
Just move your hands so I can. He's got 3 imps and a gold, which represents his 4. So he gets to place his first set, and then it'll go to me with my first 3, because I'm the first player, and there's 3 of us. In fact, I think he's got a 3 as well, so all of us got 3s. So come on, Mo, where are you going? It's like we're playing with Ash in here.
I can't actually remember what my plan was.
You were asking about changing cages, so maybe you're going to get another cage?
I'm going to do.
I might have to edit this bit.
I'm going to go there.
Right, so you're buying a cage.
And then I like that one.
So there's 3 cages options. He's chosen his 3rd cage for a big magic cage. Right, for me, I'm going to spend one of my 3s, 2 imps and a gold. I'm going to buy a creature. In this creature, you need to spend gold on those ones. So I'm going to put the gold in the bank, and I'm going to take this funny looking earthworm thing.
You swore I wanted that one.
And he's going to go in that cage over there. And now, Carla, your first 3.
I am going to bid on.
Ah.
So I get these. So I get an extra 2 cards.
1 card.
1 card.
Sorry, 1 card.
And a crystal ball.
And a crystal ball.
I got those earlier. I got 2 books to gave me 2 extra cards, and Dave.
I got a
the
pooper scooper
shovel.
and employee of the month.
Right, Dave, where's your 3 going? See, the board is really busy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go and get myself a pet. And I'm going to go with a Fluffy.
Fluffy. Right, so D, your first three. Oh god, should I switch the camera off quickly and come back to it?
I'm going to go over here.
So you bought a cage. Are you going to buy another animal? I can't imagine you would. You're going to strengthen your cage maybe with the shackles, which is over there, or the magical vortex that adds to the benefits of the cage. As you can see, that cage is a very strong one. This one's a playful one, as it sacrifices 2 playful needs. And that cage is gone.
Empty. I'm going to buy something to do with something.
Ash, if you're watching if you watch this, I
This
think
is
you
how
should
it feels
comment. Yeah.
when we're watching you, Asher. Ooh. This is really fucking stupid. Why is it taking so long to think of what to do?
Because the pressure's on.
This section of the video is 5 minutes already, and 4.5 of those minutes is you.
Fuck you. It's too early on a Sunday to swear at you. You're a dick.
Magic or strong?
Probably the totally wrong thing to do.
I'm gonna go there. Move me up.
You got any more,
Carla.
please?
I went into the tournament thing, so I've bribed the judges a bit to add my score up by 2, because we'll go into this tournament section here and selling some tickets to the dungeons. Carla's gone for more imps. Ah, bollocks, that's where I was going to go.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go as well.
Damn you, Carla.
Well, snooze you lose.
Well, I didn't have a choice. You went before me.
Come on, you guys are taking forever.
Blame D, because I was going to go there. So.
Buying another animal. I don't even have a cave to put in here. I hope you sell one.
I can release one.
Have you got any 3s? Nope. So me. I have no idea. Carla's taking my spot.
You can retract them and just getting them from
I'll
gold.
take another cage. I'll go there.
Dicks me right over.
And I get the little playful
Well, you
cage.
couldn't have taken it anyway because you need 2 minions on this spot.
I would have had 2 minions. But they were the only one with gold. Oh, that's a good point. I only had one left.
So you dicked yourself.
I did myself over as well. I don't like this game.
Alright.
Just me.
Yep. Carla, have you got 2 1s left?
2 1s left, yeah.
He's taking some food from the market. He took a combination of meat and veg. And Dave, have you got any left? I've got none left, so it's just you, Carla. Put your last 2 1s down.
1.
Oh, have you got a 1? Well, Carla's 1 first.
Take a card.
Medicine card. And then Dave, your 1. Some meat. Carla, your 1. Some more veg. And that's it.
Meat and 2 veg.
So we've placed all our dudes down. Now we go to the feeding turn.
Is
Or
that
the
before we
satisfying
do the-
turn.
You know, you got to allocate cages. Which somebody around here has a problem.
Yeah.
I wonder who that could be.
Mine are all snug in their cages. Soon we'll have to do their satisfying needs. Carla's got all the cages. I think Dee's just moved one of his cages. Dude's down. Dave is going to lose a pet. Because he's got no cages to keep it in, so he just runs off.
You just got this bet last turn.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Very big deal about his Fluffy. Now his Fluffy's
I
gone.
actually got this turn. I got 2 pets this turn and
That's
one
right.
of them just got listed.
Dave played the game very good.
I'm still winning at the moment.
Okay, so we're going to just get our cards and look at our cards, and then we'll... Alright, this is the need satisfy phase. You get cards like these handed out to you, 1 for each of the symbols on your pet, and then you've got to satisfy their needs. So for example, this penguin, I needed 2 green and a purple, so I've spent a green, which was a food, so I'm taking food from my storage to feed him, because I don't have any extra bonuses over there. A purple, which is satisfied by the one in the corner there. You can handle 1 magic offense, or whatever you want to call it. And then I've used the medical one, which counts almost like a wild card. It satisfies sort of any one of those cards. Then as in case of this one I just bought, he needs a purple and a yellow. So yellow giving him a poop. So the poop goes into the corner of the cage. Nice. And then I beat him a little bit instead of giving him magic. And that sort of satisfies that situation. So they're both okay. And then we'll do the rest here. See, D's got 2 creatures here. He's satisfied both of them. He's got a poop as well. And he's put this imp here to play with this one, because he's used a play card. And Carla's pretty sorted as well. She's got 2 dudes and she's satisfied them both. Her cages are like there's that one there adds food to that. And this one's got food at the bottom as well. And a pooper scooper. So she's pretty sorted there. Now we're going to Dave.
Oh yeah.
And Dave is not so sorted. One of his creatures ran away, you might have remembered from the previous video. Or clip. And now he's added a crap stack more suffering to this poor animal. Yes, RSPCA, if you want Dave's number, give me a call. Right, Dave, just explain why you got so many suffering cubes on that poor donkey.
He had 2 from previous rounds, and I just drew really, really bad cards. I got pipped to the post on the food, so I ended up with meat. He needs find somewhere. He's a vegetarian.
Scoffs at
so
the meat.
He gets another 2 for not feeding him again. And then he had a huge crap, which I'm not sure what he's pooping out, seeing as I haven't fed him. And he got sick. So because I've got a combination of 3, he gets another one. So he's now got 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to go into this tournament because you get times minus. Oh, actually, that one's times 2
per cube.
Yeah, it's minus 2 per suffering.
Per
It's
cube.
in a dark one.
So
it's
minus 10.
negative. So I got minus 10.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to go take that one.
It doesn't matter which one I send in. I'm still on 0 points because I didn't have a mixture of cards for.
Oh yeah, the other one's got 2 lots of sickness as well.
Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't have a variety of cards.
Okay, so that's how the satisfy needs part goes. Now we go to the tournament part. Now we send one of our creatures to the exhibition here to show them off. Because it shows what the cage in there. And this one, if you play 3 different cards, you get times 2 points, and you get multiplier minuses if you have suffering cubes. So the first player, I'm going to send this penguin in there. I've got 3 different cards. The medicine substitutes for any card, so I've got 3 different cards. So I gain times 2 points, and I got no suffering cubes on him.
And you cheated. You bribed the ref. So
yeah, I bribed the ref.
3 times 2 is 6, plus your 2 takes 8.
Nice. And then Carla, you're going to send one of your pets in.
Yeah, I'll send out my fuzzy snake again.
Fuzzy snake. She's played 3 different cards, so she gains 6 points. And Dave, we'll just skip Dave because he's going to be on 0.
I can be on 0 or minus 10.
And D, you're going to send one in as well.
Yeah, I'll send in this one.
The bat monkey thing.
The bat monkey.
So you get 6 points as well.
Oh, that's mine.
So that shows you now who's in the lead. See, it was well worth bribing the ref as I'm out in the lead on my own. So I gain 8 victory points as evident by the front of this big dragon snake thing, which puts me up there.
Join first with me.
Both of these guys are in second place, so they get 5 points each. Normally it's 6, but it's minus 1 for each person there, so they get 5 more each.
Which puts them into join first.
Yeah, and Dave gets nothing because he has no points whatsoever on that rank. So he
Which
stays
is where you were last time.
Yeah.
You forget that.
Now we have the option to sell as well, which is there. And yeah, you get extra bonus points if you played with your creature this turn, and if you fed him. You can. They don't like those.
They don't like
that
it if
Dave
they've been
likes,
suffering.
and if you've made them aggressive this turn. So we'll come back after at the end of the turn just to share where we are there. Right, we just want to in cap that last video with what happened at the end of that turn. We worked the scoring out just a tiny bit wrong. The guys got, because they played 4 different cards each on that
The last
tournament, which meant we all came joined first, which means we shared the points. I went down 2 points and they went up 2 points, or 1 point each. So that's how the points score.
No different.
That's how the points scoring. Then no one sold any of their creatures because it wasn't worth anything. And that's about it. This is what the new refreshed board looks like. So new creatures will all get reset back to normal. This is what I've betted this turn. So we go on to the next turn. We turn 4 now. As you can see, it's not a very long game, so let's go. Alright, so that's the end of the game. And we have calculated up the scores. And we'll start at the first place. Here's little D. He's finally won a game.
Just like to say, I did predict that I'd place stuff down, sell my creatures and win.
Which is exactly what you did.
Second place is Carlo, not that far behind him. And then going around back of the board is Dave in third place and me in fourth place.
On 21.5 points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I find really, really interesting though? Is I cocked up every single one of my pets. All of them suffered. 2 of them ran away, and I still beat Jason.
Yeah. I just got screwed on everything. But my parents, at least my pets were still happy. Well, that's that done. And it was interesting. I mean, Dave, this is your game, so you say first what you thought of the game.
This is third time playing. Yeah, I still like it. It's a fun game. It's something that you know it doesn't require massive amounts of thought. The rules make the game seem a lot complicated than what it is, I think.
Yeah, the board makes it look a lot complicated.
Yeah.
What did you think, D?
I won, so can't be that hard. The game itself is a worker placement game, so it's much the same as many other worker placement games. The theme about it, I don't know what it is. I think it's a bit too jokey for my liking of board games. I like to have a little bit more of a serious element to it.
Ironically, for this particular one, like for Dungeon, I actually think the theme is more interesting than the actual mechanics. I mean, for Dungeon Lords, the other way around, I actually think the mechanics there are better than the theme, if that makes sense. What do you think, Carl?
I agree. I like this theme, but I think it's probably suited to certain style of players. I suspect if you've got a girlfriend out there that's not that keen on playing games, you want to draw in Dungeon Pets is probably a good place to start.
Yeah, nice little fluffy looking game.
Yeah, it's very cute.
I think the major problem I have with this game, different to Dungeon Lords, is Dungeon Lords you have a diminishing returns on your things that you bid for, whereas this one you only have a limited amount of space, and if someone goes there first, you're basically left with whatever you can do. It's not like you can go, well, if someone else buys a cage, I'll buy a shitter cage. It's someone else bought a cage, I can't buy a cage.
You say that
Dave,
though.
Dave got stuck twice without having cages.
Yeah, but one time was my own fault.
Yeah.
I had the minions, and for some reason I completely forgot about buying the cage. I bought some nice artifacts instead.
Yeah.
Which at this point in the game was pointless.
I do think this game you need to plan better and pre-plan. You have to anticipate what your opponent is going to do, and you have to anticipate where in the order you are going to fall. If you know you're going to be last within the game, you should plan for that. And new players might fall short there in the fact that
definitely.
they don't, if they're not used to worker placement games especially, you're going to make mistakes. But I think you'll only make that mistake once. Next time round, you'll be far more aggressive with your bidding.
I mean, you say it's different to Dungeon Lords, and you just get like worse stuff. It's not that really, because in Dungeon Lords, if you're bidding on rooms, there's only ever 2 rooms.
Yeah, but that's only 1 or 2 of the things. There's another 8 things you can bid on that you can get if someone else goes there first.
Yeah.
And there's more options of things to bid on. Yeah.
There is.
In this one, you have 1 or 2 options which are, it's like, well, I don't want to go there because it's pointless.
You need to be more aggressive with your bidding in this. That's definitely.
Yeah.
You need to decide on one item you want, and the
go
second
for it.
item that might be your second option, and aggressively bid for that. If you don't get your first option, hopefully you'll get your second option.
Especially if you're going last in the turn.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. You need to be more aggressive in this game, otherwise you will lose out.
I think also having just like a throwaway imp, so to speak, is if you go
Back
playing
up.
that way as backup is quite a good idea, because you can just nip in and get an extra 2 points, or like get some friends back from the distant landboard, which is this one over here. Because you've used a bulk of imps to get what you really wanted, and you might get something as a backup with the other imp.
Yeah, I mean, going back, like I didn't get any of my other imps from the faraway lands because every time I bid it, I couldn't get to that turn. Someone just beat me there every turn. So it was like, that hampered me massively because I lost a lot of points there for it. I lost any opportunities to bid more on other things.
Yeah.
I just basically, it was a constant setback every turn. I would never get anywhere I wanted to because I can't get the imps.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just glad none of my cages were ever full of poop or misery or anything. I might not have won, but I had not one pet that was unhappy.
No.
To be
So
fair,
I've
Neither
won.
here as well, and both of us
Dave
went round the
killed
whole
2
board,
of
so-
his pets
no, I killed one.
and 2 ran away.
2 ran away, yes. And the one I've got left has suffering, and the one I sold had suffering. And I still beat your ass.
No, I whooped my imps. That's why I lost.
Also, I think the massive thing with your loss, Jason, is the fact that the amount of imps that you had. Because where you didn't have these 4 at all, if you look at how it is at the end, that I had all of mine, Dave had all of his, Carla had all except 1, and that gives you that bidding leverage. It gives you more areas that you can bid on different areas as well. It gives you a lot
Yeah,
more
that's
diversity. I think they're a really pivotal part about it. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, every turn I planned to bid for them, but someone just went there before me every time.
I actually went on that area twice. I went on it once at the beginning to get an additional 2 early on, and then I went on it in the last turn to get my last couple, so I could do some maintenance around the cages as well. And unfortunately for Jason, when I went on the 5th turn, because I had a turn priority, I went there before he could, and I realised that was going to be quite important for those additional 2. So like I said, I think that's, for me, that's a very important thing, because that's a resource.
Yeah, very much so.
I think this game could benefit from an additional round, 1 only, to bring up the enjoyment level, not necessarily fix any problems or anything like that, but I just think from a player's perspective, 5 rounds is just that 1 round too short to get that, to get it going.
It just seems like it's missing that oomph.
Yeah, it's just that 1 round.
There's an expansion for this. I'm not sure what it adds yet, but might have to check it out just to see what changes it makes to it.
If anybody does have it, it'd be nice if you could comment on the link below. Just
Give us an update of
how
better it
how
adds.
it plays.
Let's do a little thumbs up or thumbs down, very Carla. What did you think? Thumbs up or
I
thumbs
liked
down?
it. I thought the theme was excellent, and as I said, I think
I thought you might like this.
for worker placement, this is a nice, comfortable game to play. I wouldn't say it's an easy game, but if you know worker placement games, you fall into the groove quite quickly.
And you, Dave?
I bought it
Yeah.
after playing it once, so yeah, I still
Thumbs
like
up.
it.
That's
Thumbs
2
up.
thumbs up. You, D?
I won, so that means I can't put a thumb down. I'm going to put an indifferent, because the theme just puts me off about it. I think, like I said, I like games which have a bit more of a serious element to it. So
That's fair enough.
I think I'm a bit indifferent on it.
No, same here. I think I'm going to go with indifferent only because I'm not entirely convinced about the options that you can choose. Yes, you're right. You should a bit heavy when you want to go, but I like in Dungeon Lords where you have a little more options and in different rewards.
Yeah, I definitely prefer. I won't say that I like Dungeon Lords, but I prefer Dungeon Lords over Dungeon Pets.
Yeah.
Because I think it's,
I go with that.
And also, I always play an aggressive player as well. And the fact that you're beating up people in a dungeon then makes me like it.
Yeah.
While this one, you can pretend that you're beating up little creatures, but
What he's actually saying is, he is a little scared of his masculinity being because it's a little cutesy, and girls might think he's a little,
luckily not many girls watch this video.
Alright, so there you go. 2 thumbs up, 2 indifferent thumbs. That's Dungeon Pets. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, guys.
Bye.